Crossing your legs, closing your eyes, just becoming aware of your breath. Your normal, natural, soft breath. Have no thoughts whatsoever, friends. We just meditate for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes, forget everything. Disconnect yourself from the outside world of what is happening in your life. All of this, forget about everything. Just surrender to your breath. Any thought that comes to you right now, don't pay heed to it. Just watch it. Be a witness of everything. The moment you witness it, it just drops because you're not interfering with it. Just the normal breath, friends. Last 1 minute. Bring back your awareness to your physical body and to your surroundings. Meditation is like giving a hug to your own self. So give a big hug to your own self once. And say to your body, mind, that starting from this moment, I will take full responsibility in taking care of you. I'll only feed good thoughts, miraculous positive thoughts. I only feed right food, vegetarian food into my stomach, into my body, so that it nourishes. Now, friends, whenever you're ready, you may place your both hands over your eyes for a few seconds and slowly remove your hands, and you may open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. I hope you had a short, peaceful meditation. Right. So today's topic is Mind and Body Are Linked. It's by David R. Hamilton. So before we go into the topic, I would like to read a little bit about this master. David R. Hamilton gained a first-class honors degree in chemistry from the University of Strathclyde, specializing in biological and medicinal chemistry. He gained a PhD in organic chemistry in the year 1995 from the same university. From the year 1995 until 1998, David worked as a scientist in one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies near Manchester in the United Kingdom. From the year 2004 and 2005, he taught chemistry at the University of Glasgow. In the year 2005, he published his first book, It's the Thought That Counts, and the second book, Destiny versus Free Will, and the third book, How Your Mind Can Heal Your Body. Dr. David currently gives talks and runs workshops in the UK and around the world. So, this is a little bit about Dr. David R. Hamilton. Now, getting back into the topic. So, mind and body are linked. Optimists live longer than pessimists do. That's the conclusion of a 30-year study involving 447 people that was conducted by scientists at the Mayo Clinic. They found that those with the most positive outlook had around a 50% lower risk of early death than negative thinkers, and wrote that mind and body are linked and attitude has an impact on the final outcome, death. Optimists also had fewer physical and emotional health problems, had less pain and increased energy, and were generally more peaceful, happy, and calm than pessimists. A study of the year 2004, published in the journal Archives of General Psychiatry, found something similar and concluded there is a protective relationship between optimism and mortality in old age. Optimism protects you from illness. The scientists studied the responses given by 999 Dutch men and women between the ages of 65 and 85 to a range of statements that included the following: I often feel that life is full of promises. I still have positive expectations concerning my future. There are many moments of happiness in my life. I do not make any more future plans. Happy laughter often occurs. I still have many goals to strive for. Most of the time, I'm in good spirits. One of the reasons why a positive attitude is so important is because it boosts our immune systems and therefore our ability to fight illness. As we go through our lives, our attitudes affect how we react to viruses, bacteria, and other pathogens. A positive, optimistic perspective is ultimately best for our overall health and longevity. We also deal with situations differently depending upon our attitude to them. A positive approach helps us cope with challenges and even see them as opportunities, which ultimately benefits our health. A University of Chicago study examined the attitude and health of 200 telecommunications executives who had been affected by corporate downsizing. It found that the employees who saw the cutbacks as an opportunity for growth were healthier than those who saw it as a threat. Of those with a positive attitude, less than one third developed an illness during or shortly after the downsizing. But of those with a negative attitude, more than 90% became ill. In other words, looking at the same event as positive or negative has hugely different effect upon health. In the year 2003, scientists at the Duke University Medical Center, upon examining 866 heart patients, discovered that the subjects who routinely felt more positive emotions such as happiness, joy, and optimism had about a 20% greater chance of being alive 11 years later than those who experienced more negative sentiments. A study of 22,461 people by scientists from the University of Kyoto in Finland found that the people who were most satisfied with their lives lived longer. They defined life satisfaction as an interest in life, happiness, and general ease of living. Reporting in the American Journal of Epidemiology in the year 2000. They found that the men who were more dissatisfied with their lives were more than 3 times as likely to die of disease than those who were most satisfied. It's not so much what happens to us in life that determines our health and happiness. It's what we do with what happens that matters most. I want to repeat this again, friends. It's not so much what happens to us in life that determines our health and happiness. It's what we do with what happens that matters most. It's said that the grass is always greener on the other side. But if you notice your own grass and don't pay so much attention to other lawns, then you will experience more happiness and better health. It's what you focus on that matters most. It's your attitude that counts. How often do you complain? In his inspiring book, A Complaint Free World, Will Bowen encourages us to take up the challenge to go 21 days without complaining. Wow. That means to refrain from whining, criticizing, or unfairly judging. He urges to wear a purple wristband and to change it to the other wrist every time we fuss. Every to the other wrist every time we fuss. It's an eye opener. Most people initially have to move the wristband more than 20 times a day, but it's great for making them aware of how they behave. After a short time, people find it quite easy to go 4 or 5 days without making a single complaint. That's a huge difference and a great boost to their health. Grumbling about things and criticizing people has become a way of life for so many of us that we don't even notice how often we do it. It's become a habit, yet we rarely complain about. the truth of things, only how they seem to us, which may mean something completely different to someone else. Complaining even affects the people around us. We rarely notice this, but we are like tuning forks. When we hit the fork, other things nearby resonate with it. It's also what happens when we consistently gripe around people. We trigger their bellyaching too, and all of a sudden, they're also inspired to find fault with life and the world. Nagging becomes a bacterium that we carry around with us, infecting most people we encounter. Our thoughts and attitudes inspire our actions, and our actions create our world. So, our thoughts and attitudes create our world. What kind of world do we choose? I want to repeat this again, friends. Our thoughts and attitudes inspire our actions, and our actions create our world. So, our thoughts and attitudes create our world. What kind of world do we choose? If we stop complaining, then we can get to work on creating a better world. And we are doing something positive for the health of our bodies at the same time. Instead of getting upset, try to focus on what you are grateful for. Instead of getting upset, try to focus on what you are grateful for. Gratitude begets gratitude. The more things you focus on that you can appreciate, the more things you focus on that you can appreciate, the more things you notice and experience that you can be grateful for. And that's good for your heart. Money buys happiness when you spend for others. This was the title of a press release issued on 20th March 2008 by the University of British Columbia in Canada. It describes research showing that people who give money away are happier than those who spend it all on themselves. The research conducted by Elizabeth Dunn and other scientists from the University of British Columbia was published in the year 2008 in the journal Science. The results showed that people who spend some of their money pro-socially, as in donating to charities or spending it on gifts for others rather than themselves, were happier. The researchers looked at a nationally representative sample of more than 630 Americans, of whom 55% were female. They asked participants to rate their general happiness, report their annual income, and provide a breakdown of their monthly spending, including bills, gifts for themselves, gifts for others, and donations to charities. Regardless of how much income each person made, says Dunn, those those who spent money on others reported greater happiness, while those who spent more on themselves did not. The happiest people were the ones who gave money away. This is contrary to what most people think, that we need to keep all of our money for ourselves just in case, and that the more we accumulate, the happier we will be. But it need not be large sums that we give away. Dunn and her team conducted another experiment to test this story or theory. The researchers gave participants a $5 bill or a $20 bill, asking them to spend the money by 6 p.m. that day. Half the participants were instructed to spend the money on themselves, and half were assigned to spend the money on others. Participants who spent the windfall on others reported feeling happier at the end of the day than those who spent the money on themselves. These findings suggest that very minor alterations in spending allocations, as little as $5 may be enough to produce real gains in happiness on a given day, says Dunn. The British Columbia research shows that the level of income isn't as important as what you do with it. Earning a small salary but showing generosity with it leads to greater happiness than earning millions and spending it all on yourself. Money is not the issue. You can be rich and happy, and you can be poor and happy. Happiness lies in what you do with what you have. It's up to you. Happiness lies in what you do with what you have. It's up to you. Scientists from Harvard conducted a novel experiment in the year 1989. They took volunteers over the age of 70 to a retreat center and asked them to act as though it were 1959 for a week. Very interesting, friends. So, the environment in the center was a recreation of what it would have been like in that year. Music, magazines, the volunteers' clothing, and even what was shown on TV reflected that era. The volunteers also had to converse with each other as if it were the 50s, discussing topics and current affairs of that time. At the start, the scientists took a host of physiological measurements, including height, finger length, strength, mental cognition, and eyesight. After 10 days in the center, they took those measurements again and discovered that the volunteers had gotten physiologically younger by several years just by acting as though they were younger. They grew taller, their fingers grew longer, they had improved mental functions, and their eyesight had improved. Some of the volunteers had become mentally and physiologically younger by 25 years. We have come to believe in aging so much that how we think we are supposed to act is deeply imprinted upon our psyche. Some authors have pointed out, however, that getting older is cultural. We age at the rate we believe we are supposed to, due to misunderstandings about aging, prejudices, and folklore. So, this is about how mind and body are linked, friends. And this is from the book How Your Mind Can Heal Your Body. It's a very, very interesting article. And see how the mind and body are linked. If we can, everything, all the masters or all the writers are saying the same thing, that if we can change here, automatically everything is changed. So yes, friends. And I like this, like the experiment of not complaining it for 21 days. So I'm thinking of starting a challenge from today. So if anybody is interested, let us all do this challenge for 21 days and see, like, we also put some band, a rubber band. It's just a reminder for ourselves that, something has to be there for reminding us. So we put something like as told here. So we can put something and we can experiment on it. Yes, because I hear my master Patriji saying that no complaints and no judgments. That's the most important thing when you are in a path of spirituality. So no complaints whatsoever. No complaints. Just accept everything as it is. Just be a witness and do not judge any other person. And I also heard this story when I was a child. Never judge a person without knowing his or her background. So we don't have any right to judge. Also, we don't have any right to judge ourselves. So it's very, very important, friends. I recommend you all to start this challenge for 21 days. Give a challenge for your own self. You don't have to tell to me or anybody. Just it's an experiment. You do it on yourself, because we have to be responsible. As I said, we have to take some responsibility on our life, how we are taking things, how our thoughts are functioning. Then we get to know, oh my god, I've been thinking so much, I've been complaining about my life, and I've been complaining about others so much. You think, you really introspect. Oh, that's not the way how it should be. Maybe I will change the way, like how I think. So that's how you put the seed of right thoughts, and that's what leads to the right actions. So yes, friends, if somebody wants to share anything, you can go ahead and you can unmute yourself.
Sorry, Madhiji.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please give us the name of the author again, please?
David R. Hamilton.
Thank you.
Yes, Indraji. If friends, if you have not seen this documentary called The Heal, it's a wonderful documentary that we came across. Please watch that documentary, or maybe in the coming Sundays, we can plan to watch that documentary. It is one of the most important documentary on we heal ourselves. Like there I had seen David R. Hamilton speaking about how we can heal ourselves. So yes, so we can watch it sometime all together before we finish this 40 days. Yes, friends. Anybody else?
May I?
Yes, Sharo, please.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It was a wonderful topic and it reminded me of certain things which I want to share with all of you. Number one, it would reminded me of one word, one sentence that Mike Dooley said that, thoughts, whatever your thoughts are, they become things. The thoughts become things. That was something that was coming into my mind because whatever we think, you actually manifest it. If it's positive or negative, it all depends upon you. So thoughts always become things. Don't just think that whatever you're thinking is just going into the universe and is not doing anything. It is actually doing, because they become the things that you manifest. One was this I wanted to say, because it is very important for us to keep rewiring and keep redirecting our brain if we are actually going towards the path which is a little negative, or the negative thoughts are coming. Because see, the thing is, there are about 60,000 thoughts that we come across every day on an average, and it is not easy for that these thoughts should dissipate every day, because the thoughts are going to come. The only thing is that how are we dealing with those thoughts? Are we negative or are we positive? Because it is also through the research, it is being said, and it is being researched that about 80% of the thoughts that we think are negative, only 10% are there which is positive. So now we have to, since now we are aware, we are learning, we are understanding these concepts of feeling. So rather than that, we should now change that percentage. So the 10% should be negative and 80% should be 20% should be negative and 80% should be positive. And slowly and gradually, this 20% should also dissipate or dispel. So one activity that I always used to do, which reminded me of little things that I have in my life, and made me help to learn this process of gratitude. I used to always have a pebble, a very sweet pebble. It was just like a crystal tumblestone, and I used to carry it everywhere, be it in my purse or be it anywhere I'm going, in my jean pocket or wherever. So wherever I used to sit, I used to just keep that pebble in front of me. And whenever I used to keep that pebble, it used to remind me of a particular thing that I was grateful about. So throughout the day, I used to be in the process of, you can say, gratitude throughout the day. So every time I saw the pebble, I used to say thank you for ... So thank you for ... So it was like, it was inculcating that habit of being gratitude 24/7, in that state of gratitude, which actually made me a lot more positive. That what I am today, it is, if you compare me 10 years back, it was too much. I was very negative person. But today, by inculcating these habits and activities, I have been able to change my thinking. I have been able to rewire and redirect my brain whenever I want to. So that is what I just wanted to.
I've
Yes,
got a
Sharo? Sharo?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Sharo.
Did
Yes.
I mute myself? Where?
Yes.
Oh God, I was just speaking and talking and talking. Okay, till what time did I were you able
Just
to
now,
hear?
just now, just
Okay,
now.
that's all. That's all. That is all. That is all. I just
Okay.
wanted to thank everybody. Yeah, that's
Okay,
all.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, friends, gratitude is the key. And yes, Saroji.
Okay, I got a quote from Michael Bernard Beckwith, which says that when we shift our mindset from being the victim to being the creator of our experiences, we live in our true divine potential.
Very true. Very true, Saroji. Very true. Yes, thank you. Yes, it's all in the mindset. How we think, as Sharu is also saying, how we think, because 80%, as the scientists have said, that 80% we all have negative thoughts. So we have to change it to the positive or the miraculous thoughts. Then we see we are in one with the divine self, because what we think is what we create, and we create our beautiful reality with our beautiful thoughts. So thank you so much, Sarojji. Yeah. Yes, Ram.
Hello everyone, good morning, and thanks Madhu for another beautiful article. There were a lot of wonderful things in that what you just read that resonated so highly with me. And one was about how we all are like tuning forks, how we vibrate, we also influence everything around us, and how everything is around us is the same way we start to vibrate. So we have our own conscious responsibility understanding this, that we create within ourselves a positive, miraculous environment, because that is how we also create a positive, miraculous environment around us. So that's a beautiful way of looking at it. We are all tuning forks. And the other aspect is also very transformational. The statement that came about money, all the topic that was shared about money, that was
True.
also very, very beautiful. And the way it said, the poor can be happy and the rich can be the other way around. So it explains a lot, and it's so beautifully said about the topic of money in this article too. So very thankful, Madhu. Thanks to the author, and thanks to everyone who are here. And they are all sharing their beautiful energy, being here and sharing their thoughts. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ram. Yes, very, very truly said about the money part, and, which is very, very important. The more we want to accumulate more and more and more, and we don't want to give. The more we give, the more we get. That is what I know we are experiencing in our lives. The moment we started sharing anything that you have to share. You have to share your time. You get more time. Like you. This is what we've been experiencing, and yes, thanks, Ram, for touching that topic. Thank you so much. Yes, Sharu.
Yes, as Ramgaru said that about the article, which is saying that we have to be, as far as the poor are concerned, even if they do not have any money, they might be happy. So it was one experience that I had when I used to visit the NGO before the pandemic started. So I used to go to the NGOs and teach the girls there and the children there how to meditate. So I used to converse with them for hours, and it was so beautiful talking to them, because they never wanted to think about their past or future. It was something that I learned from them also, that they were always in the present. They always used to think about what is it today that they have to deal with. So they were more concerned about the little parts, that they will be getting fruits today, they will be eating fruits, they will be having this particular class today. So it was such a beautiful thing, because that's what, even if they are not happy, but so even if they don't have money, they are very, very extremely happy, and they are rooted, or to the ground, and moreover they are very happy with the present. They just want to just think about this minute, which we do not do. So that was something that I really, really learned from while I was conversing with all these children in the NGOs. So I just wanted to share with all of you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sharo. It's really great. Yes. All right. So yes, friends. So Ram has another session. So we had to end the session now. So before we go, I want to share with you all that.
You can continue if there are any other sharing. No hurry.
Okay. So yes, friends. Master Ram says so. Yes. Anybody wants to share anything else, friends? Or ask anything? Yes, Indraji.
Yes, two qualities. One is gratitude, the other is compassion. We must make a determined, conscious effort to develop these qualities in us. The more you develop this, the more abundant you become in everything. Abundance is not in collecting. Abundance is in giving away. Right? Stinginess, misery is in collecting. The more wealth you are collecting, well, you have wealth, but you are not abundant. The more you give away, you are abundant. Right? Private property is something in our society that is detrimental to our living, in our togetherness. Accumulating private property is even more. You collect, don't collect. You need, you use. The rest of it we must learn to give away. To do this, we got to really develop these two qualities, gratitude and compassion. The rest will take care of itself. The more we are self-centered, the more we collect for ourselves, we also start ignoring, neglecting, being careless to the environment. The rich are getting richer, the poor is getting poorer, the rich are getting unhappier, the poor are getting happier. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Indraji, for sharing these beautiful lines. Yes. Yes. The more we give, the more we experience abundance. So I would like to share our experience that happened in Egypt. So which is like in 2016, before it is in April, by the time we were not knowing that we would be coming to Germany. So in 2016, we made an event. Many of our friends here know about this event that we have done, and we have shared also this experience. So in 2016, we made an event called Awake in Egypt, in a Red Sea region. It's called the Dahab. So it's a very beautiful spot. It's a highly energetic spot. So there we have invited all the masters like Sam from Bosnia and a few other masters from USA, and all of these masters, they were willing to come, and they said that there is something that we want to do there. So they said we will come with our own flight charges. Okay, that was we feel, because the thing is, there should be no money exchange is what we have learned, or that is what is one of our principles. So when we have to do these kind of events, we have to put a minimum charge, very minimum charge, just to cover the expenses. What we did is we had put a minimum charge for this event, so that to cover the expenses of the space and everything. So we have booked a star hotel. I mean, like, because that's the only available one which has a big lobby wherein it accommodates 100 or 120 people. So we have booked it, and we have paid everything, and we were expecting around 1 or 120 people. So just 2 or 3 days before, we had only very few confirmations. We started thinking, There are so many masters coming from all over the world just to share their knowledge and teachings. And now nobody is turning up. We were really feeling sad at that moment. We again recollected Patriji saying that even in that, even we don't have to have hundreds and thousands of people. One person, if they come to the sessions, or if they come to that event, it is for that one person that we are doing this event. So when we remembered all these things, then we started, oh, we have changed our mindset, and we started said, come what may, we will put the money, because why are we earning? What are we earning for? We don't want to accumulate properties. We don't want to save for our children. No, we don't want to do that. So let us spend for these good causes, so that it might benefit many. So we had put the money for the event, and it was the day of the event, and all the masters had arrived, and we went to that place. It's from Cairo. We had to take a 1 hour flight journey to go to that place, and everybody started settling in. And then the day had come, and on that day we had put a couple of our friends on the registration at the entrance, for the registration. And we also mentioned that, see, money should not be the barrier, like it should not block you. If you have that interest to join the sessions, you're more than welcome. And we also provided the transportation from Cairo to that place by arranging a bus. So all these things we had done. And there are so many students who replied to us, and they wanted to really join. So for them, even that little amount is very huge. So we felt, no, that money should not come. So we will put from our pockets. So everybody started coming, and everybody started enjoying. And some people, they said, Madhu, I don't have money to give, but I have time. I can contribute something. I play music. Can I share my music with all of you? That's how they started sharing. It's not only that money that we have to share, that whatever you have, you keep on sharing. If you have something to teach, if you're good in arts, teach your art. If you're good in cooking, teach your cooking, give your recipes, share your recipes. All these things, sharing, the more we share, the more we get. So on the second day, what we noticed is we were around 120 people. No, we were surprised, like where come these people came from, like, and it spread like a word of a mouth, like everybody started sharing about this event. And it was like a family event, like, everybody enjoying. It's not like, it's not only we who are taking the lead. No, it's not like that. Everybody is participating. Everybody is participating in making that event beautiful. So that all happened, and now comes the money part, which is very, very interesting, because I always think, my goodness, it is a miracle. So everybody left, and everything is sorted out. So we already paid the bills before. So the registration box, the money that people had given. So one of our friends came to our room, and he said, "See, Madhu and Ram, this is the money for the registrations." So when we went through that, before we were spending 70 to 80% from our own pockets. But then, the registration thing came. It came down to 10%. That means only 10% we were paying from our pockets. Said, wow, that's really, really wonderful. Like, it's not about getting back, because the first thing is, we did not expect that the money will come back. We just wanted to give, and we gave. It's not because many people have this expectation that, oh, if I give, I'll get good, like I'll get good marks. That means, like I'll be going to heaven. No, drop all these things. Just your intentions and the expectations matter. Like if you don't have any expectations and you just give, that's it. It brings a lot of beauty, and you get to, like that feeling is different. So that part is finished. The registration box is finished. And then what we did also is, we had put a box called paid forward box. So friends, if you have something more to contribute, but somebody else to cover their expenses, to cover the food costs and all these things, so you can just drop how much ever you feel like. So another friend came in, and he said, "Yeah, this is the box, like this is the paid forward box." Then when we opened, friends, I'm telling you, it was like 0% that we have spent. So everything, we did not get more, we did not get less. It is equal. It is equal. Like that moment, like me and Ram were in tears. Like how come, like how is it possible? Even just to just nothing, we have paid, and everything is zero. Like in the sense that everything is well taken care, because then we have understood that the right intentions matters a lot when you're giving. When you are giving also, the right intentions matters a lot. When you give with the right intentions, the abundance will shower into your life, because you're doing this job, you're taking care of somebody else, or you're taking care of the great yagna. Like it's these spiritual events are we should not take it less. We have to spend money in these purposes so that it will uplifts many people. So when we did that without expecting anything, we only expected to see the happiness in everybody's faces, to feel to make them experience contentment in their hearts. And when they did that, and when this happened, so like it was as if the universe was well taking care of us. So from that day, not from that day, we all already knew that the more we share, the more we will be happier. The first thing is we will be happier. And yes, friends, so that's one of the very impactful experience that we have in our lives. How come, to even for the mind also it gets blocked, like how it is 0 to 0, like you did not nothing went from your side. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to share, friends. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for this, Madhuji. It's really good. It's really good. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Indraji. Wonderful. All right. All right, friends, then we will all see each other again in the evening. It is today evening we will be having Madhumita, our wonderful master from Faridabad. We all know Pamni ji. Pamni ji's daughter Madhumita. She will be coming up and sharing this wonderful concept on vegetarianism. So please do join us, and it will be a wonderful session. So till we see each other in the evening, friends, have a lovely day and a lovely afternoon. Till then, namaste. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Have a
much,
beautiful
Madhuri.
day.
Thank you.
And Ram
Thank
Bye bye.
Garu, have a beautiful session ahead. Thank you so much.
Bye
It's
bye.
already
Thank
in
you.
the session.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye. Bye bye, ma. Bye bye.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.